Christmas, Christmas, Christmas.
Hi everybody, this is Lynn from Crazy for Crafting, and I thought we'd start today out to make a tea bag holder, okay? And we're going to make this out of chipboard. This way, you know, I'm sure you've seen a lot of them. They made out of cardstock, but I'm talking about making something that's going to last a long, long time. So what you're going to start out with is you want to cut two pieces that are 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. These are your sides. Then you're going to cut the back at 2 3/4 by 4 3/4, and then the front piece is going to be 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, because it's going to go like this, and this is where your tea is going to come out. Then you need a piece that is 3 1/2 by 3. Actually, you need two of these, okay? One part's the bottom and the other part's the top for the lid. And then you either, if you want to make it a box lid to go down over it, then you can cut two pieces that are 3/4 by 3 1/2 and two pieces that are 3/4 by 3, and that'll be like a regular top like this to go down over it. Otherwise, if you don't actually want to make it a box separately, you can take and attach this to the back piece, although you would cut it a little bit, you would cut it the same size, the 2 3/4 instead of the 3. Okay, see, if you're going to put it on top, you need a little bit of extra room. If you're going to just make it so it flips up and then lays down on it after you fill it, then it would, you just cut this at 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, but the bottom one you still want to be a little bit bigger. What we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of solid cardstock. Okay, so now here's our two sides, our back and our front, and I'm going to show you how to put these together. I'm going to take, this is what I'm going to put on the pieces, so I'm going to take something, you know, complimentary, and I'm going to make hinges. Okay, so this is 4 3/4, and we know that's the tallest, so I'm going to go, let me take this little end off first. 4 3/4. Okay, I'm gonna go I think I want it about a 1/2 inch on the top and the bottom, so 4 3/4, 5 3/4. I'm gonna make this about, oh well, 6 inches. That's good. Let's see. There we go. And each one of these I want to be 1 inch wide. So we need 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, we don't have to worry about this little piece quite yet. Then take your scoring board, and on each one of these pieces, score it a 1/2 inch, which is, you know, right down the center, like so. Sometimes that's a little hard. That's why I've got all these lines on here, so I can figure out, I don't have to get up in this corner here. but I've got this marked because if you want to do this diagonally from here to here, well, the line's there and I can see it. On the before that, you couldn't tell. So I've got that going on right there, and I think I'm gonna use the solid color. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're gonna put this on here. And the best thing to do is wet glue it or use double-sided sticky tape. Now, the ATG gun is okay. Then you really want to get this closer to the center. And you don't have to worry about this edge because it will be covered. Okay. And go like this. Okay. Make sure it has a nice firm crease. You're going to take one edge up, and you're actually going to center this and make sure this is in the center there, and bring this over and just take it off the one side and go like that. Okay, and this is the back piece, so then we want a side piece, and that's going to go where this other piece is. And you just want to sit it in there firmly, bring this up to it, and it'll give it the gap it needs, and then bring this around and bring this around and really go to town on it. Now you want to gently bend this. Okay, so now you've got a side and the back. Okay, so now we're going to put the other side on. So you're going to take another one of these. I like to fold it really good. Okay, so I can see that line, and then put my numerical tape on it. Okay, close together, but not totally on the line. And you're going to go, let's see, I need to do this side over here. So I just kind of lay it down like this. Can you see that? And push that on. Open it up. Burnish it down. Open the other piece. Okay, and then again, you're going to sit this in there and line it up, top and bottom. And when you get it where you want it, and not quite where I wanted it yet. Okay, get that down. Burnish it really good. Bring these sides up. And gently push it. So now you've got 3 of the 4 sides. Now we're going to do this little one. And we're going to need 2 more of these. Now, we're still going to keep them longer because we want to cover this, but we've still got this piece to cover. And we're also going to cover this bottom piece here. So I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to take a, whoops, that's not the right one. Okay. Okay. And put it right there. And bend this over. Okay. And let's see, I got just a hair bigger on that side. Okay, good. So we take another one. Same thing. Both sides again. Now, if you want to reinforce this even more, you can take like your wet glue and you can go down this crack here like this. And this one. And ignore that. I had to rip something off there. Okay, like that. And then put them back up and hold them for a little bit like this. And that'll just reinforce this and make it even sturdier. Okay. Then you're going to take one of these off. And you're going to do the same thing again. You're going to center it on here. Like that. Turn it over. Then we're going to take this side off. Okay. Now remember, this is the bottom. So we're going to put this on like this all the way to the top. Okay. Oops. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Okay, so now you see where this is right here. You're just going to cut that there, and whoops, you want to push that down, but not totally yet. Okay, you want to take and cut this little piece here. Okay, and then you want to bring this up just like you did over here, except it's only one-sided. Then I'm going to press that down, take this piece and push it over. Okay, so now we've only got one. Can you see that? We've only got one more side to do. Okay, so now we've got that side. We're going to finish off this side. So we've got one more of these. Do the same thing. And stick it in the center. Okay, and then take right here. Let's see. You can put your thing over like this, so you kind of know where it is, and cut there. Okay, and then you want to once again cut this little piece off. Okay, I'm going to bring this over. Okay, so now when you're putting this side on, since it's already up, you want to look on the inside and just put them together at an angle. Whoops. In place. And then you want to take this one and push it in and bring it up. And then this one, since it's not laying flat, you can actually cut a little thing in there and push that down and push that down. And all that's doing is making this extra strong. Okay, so now you've got it all ready to go. Can you see that? Okay, now for this bottom piece, I'm going to take this and I'm going to cover this piece. Now remember, we've got two of these, a top lid and like this one where it's going to sit on. Like that. Okay, we're going to cover the bottom piece, and earlier I told you you made two the same size for top and bottom, but that's wrong. The top is 3.5 by 3, but the bottom is 3.5 by 3 3/4. And all we're going to do is we're going to put it on here, and we're going to cover it completely. Okay. Okay, and remember, take your bone folder and get up underneath there and bring it up towards the chipboard like that. It just makes it easier. Okay, let's let that dry for a minute. In the meantime, I'm going to show you now. You're going to take your bone folder and you're going to go over these edges, and what that does is it gives it a real nice crease, kind of professional like. Then you're going to take some more of the strips and you're going to put them around the top here. So let's stick this on. Now these don't have to be exact size. You just want them, you know, to fit like that, because you already have the 1/2 inch mark. So it's just easier to go. Because this is actually, then you want to cut angles on them like that. And this is going to go up here. You're going to press it down good, and then give it that on the top there. And I'm going to cut a little bit more. Still, you just want 1-inch pieces. I thought I had them laying here somewhere. I don't know what I did with them. I'll just cut some more. Okay. I need to score them. Okay. Score. Score down the center. That is actually the one that goes there. Well, I did finally find them, so might as well just use them. And put it like that. Okay. Tight. Got the sides to do. And then we'll continue on with the bottom. Do this real quick. Okay. Down, down, and then flatten it out. Now, for this, remember, we're going to just wrap it because it's actually going to stick out around the edges a little bit. So you just want to miter your corners a little, like this. Okay. Let's go with the tape. This is no big deal if it's not on the end, because this is still going to have an extra cover on it. So, okay. So, we're just going to push that down. I'm going to bring those little edges in so it folds nicely. And then I usually just do it that way. Seems easier to me when it's like this. Okay, then go around, make sure it's good and tight because it's going to sit like this. Okay, see that? That's going to be your base. So it's going to sit like this. Then depending on your lid, if you want it to be, you know, a flap up lid, or if you want it to be, you know, a slide on box lid like this. Can you see that? It depends on which way you want it. So if you want it a regular box lid, then you don't have to worry about anything. If you want it to do the flipping up thing, you need to cover it and make your hinge for it right now. So I think on this one I'm going to let's go back to this. Okay, see how that sits on there? I don't know if you can see that. We're going to glue that, and this is where your tea bags are going to come out of. You stack them in here and they'll come out the bottom. But what I think we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to cover the backs and the sides. Okay, so now I already cut some of this paper. Oh, that's kind of cute too. And if you want, you can to make it look more antique-y, you can take some ink and go around the edges like this. Depending on the kind of paper you use, this looks more finished sometimes when you ink the edges. Okay, so now this first piece goes right there, and I'm going to use my ATG gun, but you can wet glue it or dry glue it, it doesn't matter. And you take it, center it, and there's the front piece. And this is a side piece. And now the ATG gun is just fine for the outside. It will stick really good. And we need the long back piece. And especially on chipboard, this will hold really, really, whoops, almost put it on upside down, will hold really, really well because chipboard is very porous. Okay, yep, one more side. And there we go. Okay, is it starting to actually look like something now? It's hard to tell, isn't it? Okay. We're also going to do the inside of this, but I think I'm just going to do it with, oh no, let me see here. Yeah, let's just keep in with the purple and do it like that. Okay, so now you've got these covers up here, so you don't need it as long, just like the outside. So that's 4 3/4, so you only need to make it 4 1/2 inches. Okay, and then let's see, our side pieces, I forgot what they were already. Side pieces only need to be 4 1/2 by 3. Okay, so let's go 3 and 3. Okay, another little piece, another 4 1/2, and let's see, the long side is 2 1/2, and the short side is going to be 2 1/2, but we need to cut off another inch. Okay, now for the inside, you do want to use wet glue on this. I'm just gonna do it like this since this is just my sample. And make sure you know which way your paper's going. And if you're using dark paper, you don't have to do the edges. If it's going to be lighter than what's in there, you probably want to do the edges. Okay, let's to hold this on here. So what you're going to do is, what did I do with them? I know I've got them here somewhere. 1, 2. Okay. 3. So now you don't want them to show, so you want them to be whatever color your inside and your bottom's going to be. So on these, I'm going to put the tape on the outside. Okay. Then we're going to do the mitering. And you're going to go in here. You got it upside down, the bottom. And you're going to put this right up against the edge here. Like this. And glue it down. Okay. That's one piece. Gonna do the little back piece. You're only gonna need 3 on this, 2 sides and a back, because the front's open. Another miter. Take one piece off. You're gonna stick it on the inside. Like that. Last piece. Miter your corners real good. That way nothing bulks up. Okay, slide this one in. Like that. Okay. This is what's going to make this extra sturdy too. Okay, so now all you have to do is take your tape off. And you want to use a grid or something like this. And you want to square your box up. Make sure it's on the square. And push the sides down. They should just catch. Okay. Then you want to square your bottom up, and you want to look in through the top and make sure you're doing good, and look outside all at the same time. This is the hardest part to do. Okay, then when you got it held in place, take your bone folder and go in from the top, and there you have it. What do you think? I don't have the size tea bags that fit in this, you know, for the fancier teas, but here's one, you know, like this. And see, they'll lay down here and come out. And then for the lid, I think I'm just going to yeah, cover it. And this last piece of polka dot solid. And let's see. The one piece I want to leave sticking out. Okay, let's put this down. Half-inch on all four sides. Okay, let's see. Okay, same thing again. You want to miter your corners. Now see, this back piece is just a hair bigger. That's going to attach back here. Okay, raise this up. Raise this up. I'm not going to raise the back one up right now because I'll forget and stick it down before I need to. So let's go with this. Okay, stick that up there. Make sure that's folded in on both sides. Okay, now this is going to be your flapper doodle. And let's see, it's a little bit big, so I'm going to need to cut it just a hair more. Okay, and then when this opens, okay, the piece would have to be like this. Okay, this one will fit. That was totally by pure accident. This was supposed to be on the outside, but guess what? Fits on the inside. Okay, then you're going to take your strip, okay, and you're just going to sit this in here and back your lid straight up. Okay. And let's see. Make sure you get it square. And there's your lid. So, I guess I should have bent that a little bit more, but it'll be okay. So what do you think of the little tea box? I think that's adorable. This light sucks, doesn't it? Okay. Anyway, then you can, if you have, you know, some stamps that say, you know, tea, or put a little, write a little message on there that says to soothe the tea, to soothe the soul, or something, and fill it with their favorite tea that they like. And it's a wonderful gift, and it can always sit in the kitchen where they can grab it and see their tea. And it's in a pretty little case instead of those big old ugly boxes that you gotta hide. Hi everybody, I just wanted to show you real quickly that I finished mine the way I would do it. I took a metal butterfly charm on some chain and put 2 holes in the top, and since it hangs over, it holds it shut because this is heavy enough. And then I took some white ruffle lace and put that on in a circle, and then I took some actually white satin ribbon and made a rose out of it, and then sprayed it with some it's called Paris Lights, and it's kind of looks like those little apples there. So that's how I decorated mine. So I hope you have a good time doing yours. See you soon. Bye.